WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Guests appear on the TLD Logistics Hotline, online at tldlogistics.com.
What about? They're adding additional roles. They're resident. You got to dream about buying some land and building on that. Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years making dreams come true, Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contracting. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contract.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a two-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Favorite 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family-owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Hey there, Basilio. Jennifer Morris here with Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club team start at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago. Coming off the first year, we are the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our trials last night. Looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at FC Alliance Knox. That's FCAllianceKnox.org. Chad, keep growing the beautiful game here in Tennessee.
Thanks, Tony.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow. I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care. I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you actually heard of. Talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth Only Drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple. That's vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw premium vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Sounds like a good idea. 865-200-5422. Brian Hartman, Bino, Jeff in the Basilio show today. We're not at Calhoun's on the River, but that will resume next week, next Friday, and for the rest of the football season, we will be coming to you live from that great, beautiful spot. Bino, I want you to make a point before we go back to the callers here, and I want to get Jeff in Nashville and Josh on, but you made a point in a text message that's pretty good that I think needs to be heard.
Well, Brian, I've texted this out to some buddies of mine, and it's kind of where I stand right now with all the Heupel stuff that naturally goes on after a loss. And I guess my stance is I'm certainly still a Heupel disciple. I'm just not sure in today's game, especially at the pace he and others like to play, that you can both call plays and manage the game. I hope he finds an offensive coordinator that he trusts and that he'll hand those duties over to, so that he can just manage the game and be the CEO of the program. Also hope, and this is a challenge for everyone in today's game, I hope he can find the proper balance, the right mix of signing high school players and portal kids, and mostly that he has the stomach and the sense of urgency needed to make hard staff decisions. And I think those are the things that not only for Josh Heupel, but for anyone at a school that's goal is to win championships. I think those are the things that they have to do in order to have whatever longevity is in today's game.
Sounds perfect. Let's get our next caller in, Jeff in Nashville. Point well said, Bino. Jeff in Nashville, welcome in.
Hey, guys, thanks a lot for taking my call. First-time caller, and appreciate the show. I had a couple of quick questions. One was kind of more on the less realistic side of things. I obviously realize that this team right now, the word playoff being associated with this team right now is kind of lunacy in one sense, but with there not being any real dominant teams out there, even in the playoff hunt, for the most part, hypothetically speaking, if we were to win out, and of course there would still need to be, a good bit of mass chaos, as far as a lot of other contending teams losing. But I wanted to just kind of get your guys' thoughts, hypothetically speaking, if those conditions were met. What are y'all's thoughts on like how our resume would stack up, just with a few weeks left in the remaining schedule? In other words, do you think it would be a situation where, yet and still they'd find a way to kind of screw Tennessee and keep them out? or how, just get y'all's thoughts on that. And then the other thing, you had just mentioned, a lot of your thoughts on changes that you would like to see Heupel implement into the program. I think the in-game help would be a big benefit because he's known to struggle, in big games quite a bit. Seems like he's got a lot on his plate, and I just can't figure out for the life of me why we continue to come up on the short end of the stick when we know X's and O's wise he's a sharp guy, But anyhow, just was floating out a couple of questions. Was wanting to see y'all's thoughts on that.
When you're 9-3, and I'll let Bino take this one. When you're 9-3, though, I think you sort of lose some of your argument there. But they'd only have really Vanderbilt would be their best win if they did go 9-3. And yeah. I don't think that'd be enough. Bino, what do you think?
Yeah, Jeff, I think that if they finish 9-3, that people are going to feel a whole lot better about this season than we do right now. But you'd be talking about jumping 14 teams in order to get into the play. I think if they finish 9-3, I think they'll finish just outside of where they need to be in the playoffs. And I don't think that would be an injustice. I just think that that's the position we put ourselves in.
Got it. Yeah, right. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Certainly enjoy the show.
Thank you so much
Thanks,
for
Jeff.
calling.
Appreciate your call.
And let's go to our next caller, Josh.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. How are y'all?
Hey, Josh.
I want to I guess let's see, this year so far I've been to 4 games, and I had the opportunity to sit in the very low rows of the upper deck in each one, so you kind of, I think that's where you have the best view of the game. And I think one thing that really hurt the perception of this season is Joey Aguilar is kind of like a home run hitter that swings for the fence every play. And the first real series out against Georgia, he hit 3 home runs. And it leads to the perception, wow, he's a great hitter. And I think he's played well, and God bless him for everything he's done and coming into the situation. But that was the game where a lot of the throws he forced downfield went our way. And that's kind of burned him, and his like Oklahoma, like the running backs and the tight end probably should have had 20 catches, but he just would not check it down to him. He was going to throw it downfield into coverage. At the end of the Mississippi State game, Heupel takes a lot of grief for clock management. There was a couple of plays where he let 15 seconds run off the clock trying to run around and throw it down the field when Deshaun Bishop's jumping up and down 5 yards in front of the line of scrimmage wide open. So, not to bash him, but I think the perception that he's played great and he's far and above the best player on the offense is it feels that way because the game where he forced it downfield and got away with it a lot, and 2, that was probably one of the worst secondaries you played all year. It kind of changed the perception when it's like he kind of regressed to the mean as the season went on.
I think expectations sort of ratcheted up there higher than what they were and maybe higher than what they should have been and what was fair after they looked so good against Georgia. And it's too bad they couldn't get that one home because they did play. And I think the expectations I said for the team, maybe for Aguilar as well. But I still think he's a good quarterback, and he saved the season somewhat.
Sure. He's infinitely better than. And do you ever think about this too? Is like what would have been if Nico stays and they're a preseason top 10 team, and he plays like he did last year. He plays worse, and they go 6-6. Think about how much heat would have been on Heupel then.
Yeah, for sure.
But
yeah,
but
Josh, and I look. I'm sorry, Josh. I'm just so thankful for what he's done, and I think for a quarterback that was just available at that point in time, I'm not sure we could have asked any more than what we've got now.
Oh, not at all. I think he's, given the situation, I think he's played far better than anybody could expect. I just think sometimes, like, that was, I think Tony said before the season started, it's like there would probably be some games where he would throw you into the game, and then there may be some where he threw you out of the game. But yeah, overall, I just think sometimes it's like, would your perception of him been different if, say, you played Syracuse and then another bye game and then Mississippi State on the road where he kind of throws into coverage and forces a couple downfield? Do you look at the season differently then and go, ooh? So I think that kind of hurt them in a sense from a perception that they might have been better than they were given the situation.
Yeah, I just think this team all along was probably going to end up with 8 or 9 wins. That's sort of where I saw them, and I think when they played so well against Georgia, it made some people think, well, they can go 11-1 or 10-2 in the playoffs. Even Georgia fans were commenting now, oh, that looks like a playoff team to me. So, and I think that's what makes the last week kind of harder to take. A little bit for some.
Yeah. And just the last thing is, one positive you hope is, I mean, they're still, if not the youngest, one of the 2 or 3 youngest teams in the SEC. So hopefully, they do grow up some next season.
Yes. Well, anything else, Josh?
That's it, guys. Hope you have a good weekend.
You too. Thanks for the call. 1-800-1865-200-5402 is the number to call on. We've got about 40 minutes to play here, so we're going to go straight back to the phones and get Ryan, who's called in. Ryan, welcome in.
Hey, Tony. So glad you're on Fan Run. Just wanted to this conversation, give my thoughts. I agree with you. This day and age, with the type of offense that Heupel runs, and being someone who's been fortunate to lead a couple different organizations, I agree he can't do it all. Where I would differ is don't take his best thing out of his hand. Let him still be the play caller. I think he needs to hire an assistant who is that game manager that he can rely on. Maybe somebody with gray hair that's been doing it for a while, or an analytics guy. That's where I would differ. Is I like him being the play caller, but I think the fact that he is so in his element there that maybe sometimes the rest of the game gets away from him, forced to make a decision that he hasn't had a chance to really think through. So what's your all's thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's interesting, Ryan, because there's no question that is his chief strength. If you could do it in a way, and if he would be receptive to it, that's as good to me. If he's got a guy right there in his ear saying, okay, this is this, and he follows those guidelines, absolutely.
Well, and I just,
Brian?
I know my own strengths and weaknesses, and I at the end of the day, you want the organization to succeed. So I want to surround myself with people where I know my weaknesses are, not doubling down, where I have my strengths. So that was just my thought process on that. And just, obviously it seems to be a glaring weakness of him for all of the many things that he does really, really well as a head football coach.
You just hope that head coaches he doesn't get stubborn about it, which can't happen.
Absolutely.
Brian, anything else?
Well, thanks. No, that's it. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate what you do.
Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, that was good insight there. And as Ryan jumps off, we're going to get some more callers in here. 865-200-5402 is the number. Let's go to our favorite, Joshy boy.
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you doing today?
Hey, Joshy.
Hey, Joshy.
Hey. So my first question, I asked Tony the other day, guys, how long do you guys think it's going to take this new group for the basketball team to gel and get you?
I think that's what they're using the first 5 games for. They're all buys, sort of games they should handle. So you're going to see a lot of different things, probably more experimentation. Hopefully they can cut down on the turnovers. I think that's part of the product of it was the 19 turnovers. I know Rick Barnes was not happy about that at all. So that's something hopefully they can clean up in the next several weeks. They go to Vegas.
What about you, Vino?
Yeah, Joshy, this is not the team we've seen the last 2 years where it's kind of unwrapped, heat and eat, ready to go.
then you're ready for the open road of opportunity. What are you waiting for? It's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. Visit tldlogistics.com. That's tldlogistics.com. TLD Logistics.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today. Don't be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
TB here for Cedar Bluff Plumbing, a live and local company that's been serving our area for over 32 years and counting, because every customer counts, and I mean no job is too small. Cedar Bluff Plumbing just voted #1 by City View magazine because multiple plumbing experts are on call to serve all your plumbing needs. Chances are there'll be a plumber in your area when you call, and they won't send some salesman to your house. You're going to get a high character, trustworthy, highly trained plumber who will serve you, not like some of these guys that look like they came off the set of America's Most Wanted. Cedar Bluff Plumbing is Basilio tested and approved and will go the extra mile for you because Chucky Mack is a servant of the people and my consigliere to the throne, celebrating over 32 years of serving living volunteers. Cedar Bluff Plumbing. Call 588-4448. That's 588-4448. Cedar Bluff Plumbing.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Achillio here, and my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from me. Online at carnesmotor.com, Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company.
Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Basilio here reminding you that when you want to sell your extra tickets to the game, you don't want to give your life away online with all your personal information just because you want to sell a few extra tickets. Clark Moore at Select Ticket Service will gladly buy your extra game tickets and your extra parking passes. And the best part? Clarky Boy pays cash. 865-919-1016. 865-919-1016. Clarky Boy pays cash at Select Ticket Service. Clarky Boy pays cash.
Welcome back into the Friday edition of the Tony Basilio Show. Brian and Bino Jeff sitting in for Tony as he takes a day off. 865-200-5402 is the number, but I've got a full bank of calls. Bino, one more segment. And what's your thing about OT, Bino, for everybody that's just tuning in?
My thing has always been, Brownie boy, that I didn't work it when I got paid time and a half. I don't work it when I'm getting nothing.
Let's go to our next call. Rusty, a.k.a. Russell. Welcome in.
Hey, Brian and Jeffrey.
Hello, Rusty.
So I agree with you, Bino, that the caller a little while ago that brought up can we get to 9-3, and if so, is there a way to backdoor in to the playoffs still? And you've got to move 14 spots from 25 to 11 to be in. But if we have a second, let's name the 14 teams that we would need to jump in front of, and if it's possible for any one of them to fall below us, right? Can we do that?
Sure.
Texas needs to lose 2. Georgia and Texas A&M. That's one team for us to jump. Oh, we need to win out, which means we beat Vandy, so we jump in front of them. That's 2.
Okay.
We need Oklahoma to lose 2. That would be any 2 of LSU, Bama, and Missouri. We need Missouri to lose 1, so that would be A&M this weekend, I guess. So that gets us in front of 4 SEC teams, which would make us 5th in the SEC right there, if those things transpire. Are all those doable or likely if we went out to?
I think that all of those are, all of those are, they may even be likely.
Yeah. The least likely, I think, is us beating Florida and Vandy.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So then what? That's getting us by 4 teams. So let's see who else. We need Utah to lose another ball game, and we need BYU to lose to Texas Tech, Cincinnati, and then Texas Tech again in the Big 12 championship game. And only one of those 3 of the 2 Utah teams and Texas Tech, only one of those to get out of the Big 12. So that knocks 2 of those out. So that gets you to 6 teams right there, right? Then we need Washington to lose another, USC to lose another, Michigan to lose another.
Miami.
They still play Ohio State. I'm trying to do conference by conference. We need Michigan to lose to Ohio State, which that should happen. Although we've seen Ryan Day screw that one up enough. And we need Iowa to lose to Oregon this week. That's 4 more teams right there from the Big Ten. And that's not unlikely that all 4 of those lose another ball game. So that has us at what? 4-4-2. That has us at 10 right there. And I haven't talked about Notre Dame going to Pitt or any of the ACC teams. So you need Miami to lose 1 probably. You need Louisville to lose 1. You need Virginia to lose 1. And you need Georgia Tech to probably lose 1. And Pitt beating Notre Dame and then losing to Georgia Tech or Louisville would be kind of a bonus.
That sounds like you're in the bottom of the 9th. You just need a couple grand slams and you're back in the game.
I'd say you need 6 runs in the bottom of the 9th. And it's a clean inning. There's nobody on base and no outs. And you're facing Trevor Hoffman.
Liam Doyle.
No.
Yeah, there's a path that is there, Rusty, but it's just kind of a craggy trail up top of a mountain.
It takes you in the back door.
I still go back to the hardest part of that. It's us winning our last 3 ball games.
That is true. I'll agree with that.
Yeah. And that's a shame because we're actually, when we don't shoot ourselves in the foot and we execute at a decent level, above average, not a great level, but a good level, we're lethal on offense. If we can eliminate the stupid stuff, the illegal snaps and false starts and receivers not lining up on the line of scrimmage and centers snapping the ball when the quarterback and the rest of the team's not ready, just all that stupid stuff. That's elementary school stuff that has nothing to do with how physically gifted you are. It has to do with how concentrated you are in the moment and how you can relax in the moment and not let the moment be too big for you. It's a shame. It's a shame that where we are, because we actually probably should have one loss right now. And if we would have played just good football, we've won 2 of those 3 ball games. It's a shame, man.
Yeah, Rusty. I mean,
anyway, go ahead.
In the playoff era, with the talent more evenly distributed across the country, those little things just become more and more and more important and more magnified because there's going to be more games decided by fewer points. You got to do those little things. Got to do them better than we've done them the entire time Josh has been here, to be quite honest.
Oh, for sure, man. I saw it the other day. The average margin of SEC games this year went from 14.5 points last year down to like 7 in 1 year because the teams are closer together now.
That's right.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I don't know if there needs to be coaching changes across the board on this staff, but I know there's got to be a coaching philosophy change at the top, which is play calling is great, but executing the little things is just as important.
Yes.
Anyway, y'all have a great weekend. I love you, boys.
Thank you, Rusty.
Thanks, Rusty.
Thank you so much. Let's get to Jack. Jack, welcome in.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing today?
Hi. How you doing?
I kind of just shut everything off this whole week over pure frustration. We got big issues that I don't think that he's willing to resolve or help resolve. So I just don't see a good outcome to Heupel's era at this place. I don't think he's going to let go of anything as far as coaching wise or make any changes because he's just too comfortable in his situation. And I see a 7-5 season this year. I don't see no way we win either of those games. He has no discipline. He has no discipline within himself. And I just think it's a train wreck.
So, Jack, you think they might actually be better finishing 7-5 that might bring out changes that you think is needed?
I think it would be the best case scenario, but I don't think he's willing to do the changes. And I don't know what the ultimate outcome of that
He
would
might
be.
have to if he goes 7-5.
It started back with Nico. Whenever you found out Nico was shopping around in December and you didn't do one thing about it, and you got yourself behind come spring, and then it leads on to the Boo Carter situation. And knowing the Players Council, there's no way that they agreed to let him stay on his team. That was all Josh Heupel. And everything that's happening right now with this football team, the undisciplined actions, he don't even know the rules of the game. He's wondering why the play clock don't stop when they go out of bounds. All that, he's way in over his head, and he's not willing to give any of that up. And I just feel like he's lost a bit of a part of the team. That's just me.
Well, Jack, I hope you're wrong about that. But if you're right about it, and Josh does take the stubborn approach and doesn't make needed changes, then you'll be correct about the end result.
And in 2022, Did he call the plays, or did Golish call the plays, or do we know that?
I think Josh has always been a play caller. I think that's been his deal. I think this offense has been his since the day that he walked in. Do I think Golish had more of a hand in what went on? Yes, than Halsley, but I think Josh is the play caller.
I called a couple of weeks ago, and you was on the show, and I mentioned him not being serious. I don't know that was the right word to use, but meaning is, if you're serious and everybody can see issues, but you're willing not to change them, I just feel like you're not taking this as serious as it needs to be. And I was happy. He turned us around, got us, are we in a better spot now than we was? I mean, we've dealt with this for years now, and 20 years plus. And yeah, we're in a better spot. But I grew up in an area where we didn't get a participation trophy. It was a win or nothing. And I'm ready to see it go to the next level. I'm sorry, but I'm not happy with just going 9-3, 10-2, and getting a sniff of a playoff, or even making a playoff and getting a blowout in the first round. I mean, I'm ready to get back in the 90s. I mean, I'm ready to see something exciting like happened in the baseball. And you can take these other coaches, Rick Barnes, Kim Caldwell, and Tony Vitello, because we're not got a sample size of the new baseball coach, but neither three of them are going to put up with any of this stuff. And I don't care how good Boo Carter was in high school, and I don't care how much money we gave him. Okay, that's water. We've lost that money. That's just a loss. We've all took losses in our lifetime. I know you have. Everybody has. That you look back and regret you doing it, but you learn from your mistakes. He should have been cut and gone. You can't leave him on the team. He's a cancer to the team.
He hadn't added what you would expect him to add, given the second chance he was given.
Cut your losses, cut your money that you lost, and all that, and let him go, because he's out there not playing. All he's done is hurt the team, and I don't think any of them other three would have put up with it.
Probably not.
You're probably right, Jack. Jack, I think the term that I've heard used, I think that Josh Heupel is a serious football coach. I think he's a hard-working football coach. I think it means a lot to him, but I think a better term that I've heard that I can take a little easier than not serious is I think we need to see a little more sense of urgency from him in certain areas.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And I said also, if you do go 7-5, you went to a full flame under the seat. I mean, your ass is burning off. You know that. Okay. And I tried on to be snap judgment. That's why I've not blocked everything out. I was at the game, and it was a damn another fiasco getting into this game. I mean, these people are pushing, shoving, guy shoving his way through the crowd, nearly broke out into a fight and everything. It just seems everything about the program is getting to be silly. But if he isn't willing to make changes, and I said this weeks ago, and then last week before the Oklahoma game, Tony was talking about it some. If he's not willing to make changes after this season, 9-3 or 7-5 in my eyes, he's not going to make it much longer here. Thanks.
Thanks, Jack.
As Jack jumps off, let's go to our next call. I believe it is Luke. Luke, welcome in.
Hello, Brian. I think they lose to Florida, and Vanderbilt will go either way. Every team's on that day. That's what will happen. The question I got, these coaches, when he came in, Heupel came in just at the last minute. And how many of those assistant coaches didn't have a job? How many staff changes do you think they should make?
Well,
give me a number. How many staff changes?
The thing about a quality staff is how many programs are looking at some of those guys to take a step up with their program and not make a lateral move. Like how many head coaching opportunities have come off Heupel's staff? And I think the only one I know about is the Kennesaw State coach. And when you don't have a coaching staff that generates a lot of head coaching jobs like Nick Saban's did, it sort of has the potential to get a little bit stale. And I think and then again, if the coach isn't willing to make changes, that is what's going to happen.
Yeah. Let me go to baseball like that. You know, wasn't that a great World Series? One of the best seventh games I've ever seen.
It was a fantastic series. Totally. I thought I was trying to think back, Luke, and I think it's the best World Series we've seen since '75.
You know,
sorry, Luke. Because of so many great defensive plays.
It'd be nice if they could find a way not to put Game 7 on opposite college football. But
it would be.
That's
yes.
just me.
But it was great. It was great that the damn Yankees weren't in it and the big bad Phillies was not in that World Series.
You know who you're talking
to?
Now,
Luke, that's no way. That's no way to come in
here. Well, that was the Dodgers are there, but I'm a San Francisco Giants fan now. So we all need to get out there and get some San Francisco Giant hat, you know, and be a Giant fan now.
So what could SF stand for? You got tournament cruelty, Bino, SF. What would that stand for in March?
I'll have to think on that one, Brownie.
Luke, anything else?
Vital is going to really do a good job out there. So just give him some time, and I think he's really going to be successful.
I agree. I think it sounds promising to me, to be honest. Hopefully that means he doesn't get back in the college game at somebody like Arkansas. Is what I'm hoping for. That he stays out there.
Yeah, that's what I brought up. That they could have temporarily put one of those coaches in there, see if it's going to stay for 2 years, and see if he's going to stay up there. But I think Tennessee could get him back if he came back to college. But and I'm hoping Elander does a great job too. I think he will, but I don't think he'll be able to recruit as well as Vitalo did.
He's started to.
Vitalo was single, and he just worked around the clock.
Well, Elander doesn't. He's a dog on the recruiting trail. I'll keep that in mind. So, yeah, he's already landed a couple of prospects, I think, Bino, right? Commitments here recently?
Yes, he has. He got a local commitment here just the other day.
Don't go to sleep on their
two-way player. But hey, I think Elander will be just fine, and I'm really hopeful for Tony. If anybody can do it, it's him. But that's a quantum leap to go from being a head coach in college without a second of professional baseball managing experience to be the manager of the San Francisco Giants. And I'm not sure the Giants in the same division with the Dodgers and the Padres is a great place.
I noticed the Giants won 81 games last year, so if he can win up to 85 this coming year, or maybe 90 games, that would be an improvement for the first year. I think they ended up 81 and 81. So if they can he can just keep improving a little bit at a time, I think he'll be there.
Well, he's a special guy. If anybody can overcome the things I just spoke about, it's him. I wish him nothing but the best.
Okay. Y'all have a good one. Go Vols.
Thanks, Luke.
Thank you, Luke. We'll start out. We have two more callers on hold. We'll have two more callers. We'll stretch that out to one, and then we'll say adios. Let's go to our first of those two. Let's get to Florida.
Bino, what's up, man? Hey, listen, man. All this hyper hate, man. What's going on, bro? I mean, it's some things he have to clean up, man, with Boo Carter and his defensive coordinator, man. But who is he going to get to fill his shoes? Who he go? I know Boo Carter expendable, but you know that's a waste of money. But who's he going to get for a defensive coordinator that's out there right now?
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned DJ Durkin. They could throw money at him. I look at Gerard Mayo.
With all the coaching changes that are coming up, I think the field's going to open up somewhat, Florida, as far as your candidates go, because you're going to have sitting defensive coordinators that aren't going to have a spot, and you're going to have some head coaches fired that might look at a coordinator position more so than they have in a number of years, of course. So
but
we'll see.
Man, like I said, man, his offense is straight, bro. And when you lost Golich, you lost a little bit. But Hype was a play caller, man. He's a play caller.
Florida, you going up to Lexington for this weekend?
Man, we're gonna beat Kentucky, man. We ain't won many of them, B, but we're gonna beat Kentucky.
You going up there?
No, I'm going to Gainesville the week after y'all homecoming. We're going. Me and my little boy we're going to Gainesville. We're gonna fly down there and go see what's going on down there with y'all.
You gonna go